Welcome back to Story Sprout, the place where stories come alive and touch your heart. If you love tales filled with twists, emotions, and life lessons, you're in the right place. Today, we bring you a heartwarming story about how two completely different lives can cross paths in the most unexpected way. So sit back, relax, and let us take you on a journey you won't forget. Our story begins in a small town where Daniel, a single father, lives with his little daughter Lily. Life hasn't been easy for Daniel. His wife passed away a few years ago, and since then, he's been raising Lily all on his own. He works long shifts as a mechanic in a local garage, and when he comes home, he spends every moment he can with Lily. Their house is modest, just 2 bedrooms, a small kitchen, and a living room, but it's filled with love. One evening, Daniel sits at the kitchen table, going over his bills. He sighs heavily as he realizes that no matter how hard he works, the money just isn't enough. School fees, groceries, rent, everything seems to pile up. That's when he notices the empty room in his house, the room that used to belong to his late wife. After some thought, he decides to rent it out. Maybe a tenant could help ease the burden a little. The next day, he puts up a simple ad: room for rent. Safe neighborhood, affordable, contact Daniel. He doesn't expect much, but just 2 days later, a young woman knocks on his door. Her name is Emily. She's a college student, polite and soft-spoken. She explains that she just transferred to the local university and needs a place to stay. Daniel shows her the room. It's nothing fancy, just a bed, a desk, and a window that looks out onto the little garden Lily planted with her father. Emily smiles warmly and says it's perfect. Daniel sets a very affordable rent, almost too low compared to the market rate, but Emily doesn't argue. She simply agrees and moves in. What Daniel doesn't know is that Emily is no ordinary girl. She's the daughter of one of the wealthiest businessmen in the country, a billionaire whose name is known everywhere. But Emily has chosen to keep her identity a secret. She doesn't want people to treat her differently or befriend her just for her money. She wants a simple life, at least while she's in college. At first, life in the house is quiet. Daniel goes to work, Lily goes to school, and Emily attends her classes. But slowly, Emily becomes a part of their small family. She helps Lily with her homework, reads her bedtime stories, and even teaches her little songs on the piano at the university. Lily adores Emily, and Daniel notices how his daughter's laughter has become brighter since Emily arrived. One evening, Daniel comes home from work exhausted. He finds Emily cooking dinner in the kitchen with Lily by her side. The smell of fresh pasta fills the air. Daniel can't remember the last time he sat down to a warm meal that wasn't rushed or out of a box. Emily invites him to sit, and for the first time in a long while, the three of them share dinner like a family. As the weeks turn into months, Daniel begins to notice Emily's kindness. She never complains about the small house, never acts superior, and always treats both him and Lily with respect. What surprises him most is how down-to-earth she is. She helps with chores, waters the plants, and even paints the fence outside on weekends. But then, things start to change. Daniel's garage faces financial trouble. The owner is considering shutting it down, which would leave Daniel jobless. He worries day and night about how he'll support Lily. He hides his struggles from Emily, but she can see the tiredness in his eyes. One late night, while Daniel is asleep on the couch after a long day, Emily makes a phone call. She speaks quietly, asking her father's company to consider giving the local garage a contract for vehicle maintenance. She doesn't mention Daniel's name, only that the shop is reliable and deserves a chance. Within a week, the garage receives the contract. Daniel is overjoyed and can hardly believe their luck. He tells Emily at dinner, smiling for the first time in days. Emily just nods and says, "That's wonderful news, Daniel." She hides the truth, not wanting him to feel like he owes her. But secrets don't stay hidden forever. One afternoon, Daniel goes to pick Lily up from school when he overhears two parents talking about a news article. The article features a photograph of Emily standing beside her father at a charity gala. The headline reads, "Billionaire's daughter supports education initiatives." Daniel freezes. He rushes home and finds Emily in the garden. "Why didn't you tell me who you are?" Daniel asks, his voice filled with confusion. Emily looks down, her hands trembling slightly. She explains that she didn't want him or Lily to treat her differently. She wanted to experience life as a normal person, to make friends who cared about her and not her family's fortune. Daniel is silent for a while, trying to process it all. Finally, he says, "Emily, I don't care about your last name or your money. All I know is that you've been kind to my daughter, and that's worth more than anything. Lily, standing beside him, hugs Emily tightly and whispers, "You're still my best friend." From that day on, nothing really changes. Emily continues to live with them, helping out, studying hard, and being part of their lives. Daniel still works at the garage, now thriving thanks to the new contract. And Lily still laughs and plays, happier than ever. As time passes, Daniel begins to realize that Emily has brought something precious into their lives, not wealth, not connections, but hope. She reminded him that family isn't just about blood, but about the people who choose to stand by you. And Emily, she finally finds the family she never knew she needed. A simple home filled with love, laughter, and the warmth of belonging. So remember, sometimes the people who enter our lives unexpectedly bring the greatest changes. Rich or poor, young or old, it doesn't matter. What matters is the kindness we give and the love we share. Thank you for watching Story Sprout. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring tales. Until next time, keep believing in the magic of everyday life.